The main thing they want you to believe is the supernatural is not real. Why has that been so important for 80 years for you to convince me the supernatural is not real? The obvious answer is, well, because they sort of know they're working for supernatural forces, actually. In the last couple of years, I've been like, holy, they're the only people who know what's going on. So that's the conclusion I've reached. I'm usually pretty curious. I've stopped being curious about this because I don't want to know anything I never perceived at all when I lived in Washington, I thought was like a dumb conspiracy theory. Even though I worked in the kind of crypto entertainment business, I know a lot of people in the entertainment business, of course, because I worked in television, and I know a lot of people at the intel agencies and in politics, because that's what I did. And you would hear people once in a while say, well, they're all controlled. You know, there are files on that person, and I was like, oh, you sound like a freaking wacko. What are you going to say, like fluoride in the water is bad? But that's actually true. It's true, and I'm not guessing that it's true. I know some of the people involved. There are a lot of people in the entertainment business, but in the cultural business more broadly, certainly in the news business, who are controlled by other forces. Like, obviously, how many of them look independent? How many of them look kind of shifty and afraid? You look at Jimmy Kimmel and like, I don't know what's going on there, but like, that guy clearly is nervous, super nervous. We have been trained to believe that our senses are somehow less valid than things that we read on Wikipedia, which is totally controlled by the CIA.
Good evening, godless sodomites.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role.
I'm very honored to be able to receive this amazing award from the depths of my soul. I'm bringing the truth, John. We're in Hollywood, the belly of the beast.
On behalf of Amy, I'd like to thank the devil.
I want you to know that no one had less to do with this award than Jesus.
Kneel before your God, Babylon!
Suck it, Jesus! This award is my God now!
That was Satanism. It's working. We made a pact. The movie came out, so that's when I really saw how dark and so it was dark. I get creeped out. I get scared to death. And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be.
It was soulless. Yeah. Never see anything. And I still, every time I get out there, I feel like, oh man, I don't feel life out there. Yeah. I don't feel it at all.
And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track.
There is a reason why you see people dressed up as Satan. Full-on visuals of Satan, people dressed as Satan, dressed as a demon, got upside-down crosses all on their clothes or pentagrams on their clothes. People think that this stuff is just a game. No, there's a reason why the entertainment industry is doing that, y'all.
Why do we increasingly hear acknowledgments to Satan during award ceremonies? What compelled John Cena to appear naked at the Oscars, sparking widespread speculation across the internet about this being part of an Illuminati humiliation ritual? How has Cat Williams' commentary on such matters proven eerily accurate? And why are demonic symbols becoming more prevalent across music videos and movies? This surge in overt gestures, symbols, lyrics, subliminal messages, and secret codes weaving through our entertainment isn't coincidental. It represents a deliberate move to normalize, even glorify, elements that once lurked in the shadows of our collective consciousness. These symbols, often brushed aside as mere artistic expression or the eccentricities of fame, carry deeper meanings that resonate with ancient rituals and esoteric beliefs. The question arises, why? Why this push towards integrating such imagery and themes into mainstream media? Is it a reflection of a shift in societal values? Or perhaps an influence wielded by hidden forces with agendas that extend beyond mere entertainment? The presence of these symbols and rituals, increasingly embedded within the fabric of popular culture, invites a closer examination of the messages being propagated to millions, often subconsciously. The acknowledgement of darker forces, the peculiar rituals played out in public view, and the infiltration of esoteric symbolism in entertainment might well be a mirror reflecting a broader cultural and spiritual battle. This phenomenon beckons us to question the intentions behind these displays and the impact they have on the audience's psyche and society's moral compass. As we stand witness to this growing trend, it becomes crucial to discern the nature of the entertainment we consume and to understand the implications of the messages being delivered. The infiltration of such imagery into popular media is not just a matter of artistic freedom, but speaks to a larger narrative at play, challenging us to look beyond the surface and question the true purpose behind the spectacle. Let's begin. Our culture is seriously hooked on celebrities. When Oscar season comes around every year, we've got a whopping 30 to 40 million people glued to their screens, eager to see which movies snag the top honors for their storytelling, craftsmanship, and artistic flair. Everyone calls it the Oscars, and yeah, there's a bit of an obsession with it. Landing one of those golden guys is pretty much your ticket to stardom. What's interesting about this is in the Egyptian culture, they had this small statue that was all about the god Ptah. And when an Egyptian king passed away, they believed his spirit would shoot up to the Orion constellation, turning him into a star. Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? We're still into these symbols of excellence, just like they were. And Hollywood? Well, it's got its fair share of glitz with all these award shows popping up. The Grammys, the Emmys, you name it. They're all about celebrating different slices of the entertainment world. But deep down, they're pretty much the same deal. Just listen to how Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert talk about these awards. It's all part of the fascination we have with recognizing greatness.
Good evening, godless sodomites. What are you doing? I'm bringing the truth, John. We're in Hollywood, the belly of the beast. You can't just read the prompter? I'm reading the prompter in here. It warps the minds of our children and weakens the resolve of our allies. We're here to honor achievement in that category. By giving you a golden idol to worship. Kneel before your gods, Babylon!
You see, Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart, they're totally clued into their place in this modern-day Babylon we call Hollywood. And here's something you might find interesting. Jim Carrey's on the same page. At a completely different award show, he was echoing the same kind of vibes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here tonight, as all of us are, to pay tribute to an American icon, an actor, a filmmaker, and truly one of my personal heroes, Mr. Clint Eastwood. I'm also here because the AFI is paying me $20 million and $3, making me the highest paid megalomaniacal boy king in all of Babylon.
When Kathy Griffin accepted her Emmy Award, she made it crystal clear who her god is now.
A lot of people come up here and they thank Jesus for this award. I want you to know that no one had less to do with this award than Jesus. He didn't help me a bit. If it was up to him, Caesar Milan would be up here with that damn dog. So all I can say is, suck it, Jesus, this award is my God now!
It's fascinating when you dive into the origins of the word Oscar. Its roots are in Scandinavian and Old English, where it translates to divine strength or divine spear. Divine suggests something of, from, or resembling a god, while a spear is recognized as a weapon. Could it be that Satan is employing these celebrities and movies as godlike weapons against us? Until 1999, the Oscars took place in a venue known as The Shrine, established by William Florence and Walter Fleming, both prominent Scottish Rite Freemasons. Hollywood's fascination with Freemasonry isn't a secret. Icons like Gene Autry, John Wayne, Duke Ellington, C.C. DeMille, Nat King Cole, Clark Gable, Walt Disney, and Oliver Hardy, among others, have all been linked to it. The involvement of many celebrities with Freemasonry has been openly acknowledged. In Morals and Dogma, a seminal work by Albert Pike, there's a passage on page 321 where Freemasons declare who their god is, describing Lucifer, the light bearer, in paradoxical terms as a bearer of light, despite being a figure of darkness, a concept that challenges conventional perceptions and suggests a deeper symbolic significance to their beliefs. When Life is Beautiful received its Oscar, a wide shot of the stage inadvertently revealed Masonic symbols incorporated into its design. Elements such as the checkered floor, archways, and a sun motif all resonate with Freemasonry symbolism, mirroring what's found on a Masonic tracing board, a tool used within the fraternity for educational purposes. These symbols subtly communicate who is behind the organization. Following the Oscars move in 1999 to the Kodak Theater, These Masonic elements continue to be a part of the stage's design, with sun motifs in the ceiling, checkered patterns on the stage, and arches being prominently featured. The exterior of the Kodak Theater includes references to the Ishtar Gate and Babylonian deities, drawing inspiration from the 1916 film Intolerance, which recreated Babylon's set, including its iconic elements like the elephants, the Ishtar Gate, and Babylonian gods. This area around the Kodak Theater, labeled the Babylonian Court, along with the design elements that include an unmistakable representation of the Tower of Babel on the stage during the 2016 Oscars, underscores a deep-seated recognition of their origins and affiliations. Through these symbols and references, it becomes clear that those within this organization are well aware of their standing and the influences at play. Hear what Mel Gibson has to say about Hollywood. His unique focus on Jesus through films about Christ's life might just be his way of shedding light on the truth he perceives within the industry. It seems as though signs are everywhere, pointing to deeper truths and narratives interwoven into Hollywood's very fabric. By pausing to look and listen carefully, we start to see these messages for what they are, peeling back the layers to reveal the core of what's often concealed. Staying vigilant and discerning enables us to decode these signs and understand the reality beneath the surface.
When I came over here, I was in my mid-20s.
Right.
The first time I really came over here. You know, I had a whole bunch of weird paranoid suspicions about what the hell was going on because there was a lot of stuff I couldn't understand.
Right.
And nobody was really bothering to explain it to me. And I formed a bunch of opinions about the town and about the people in it that were like, surely that couldn't be. Because a whole place can't be like, you know, weird town, you know, where the stranger wanders in and all the people are in the bar and they all shut up when he looks at them and they tell you don't go to the house on the hill. And it's like that. And then you go away and you think, no, I was wrong. I mean, that's insane thinking. I'm paranoid. I imagined that stuff. That couldn't be the reason for why so-and-so was acting like, could it? And then you find out later on the track that you were exactly on track with a lot of this stuff. Not specifically on track, but that you could, that some of your worst nightmares were real.
I have a question. Has anyone here ever actually been to hell?
Yeah, absolutely.
Everyone?
Of course, yeah.
What's it like?
Well, hell's terrible, Jimmy. It really is. There's gluten everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh,
And, yeah, they have bowls of Advil instead of M&M's. Yeah.
And they have dial-up internet.
It's awful.
Oh, no. Wow, that is terrible. But if it's so bad, why did you all go there?
Well, Jimmy, hell is where our agents make our deals with the devil.
Oh, that explains that.
Hell is where our agents make our deals with the devil.
For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?
I sold my soul to the devil. This is the first time I'm wearing a long dress, so soak it in, America. I sold my soul to the devil. A really weird mental state lately.
You've been in a weird mental state?
Yeah, I keep finding these bites all over my body.
What?
Like that one, and I don't know where they're coming from, so
You actually do have a bite there.
I spend most of my days wondering where these...
Well, have you been to a doctor? I mean, maybe you should get these checked.
No. I think it's a spiritual problem more than anything.
In what way is it a spiritual problem?
Well, I don't know. I feel like if it's not a physical thing, it's like a evil manifestation of spirits that are karmic related. I don't know. On behalf of Amy, I'd like to thank the devil and all the dark lords who
Don't do the devil stuff.
gave her this award,
The devil stuff.
allowed her to feast on the flesh of the enemy.
Thanks, everybody.
So did you sell your soul, and if so, how much did you sell it for?
I sold my soul for about $55.
Only 55? It wasn't even worth $100?
No.
I sold my soul to the devil. I know it's a crappy deal. At least it came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Had we sold our soul to the devil? How else can you explain us being here on the day? How these two guys get on it?
And people laugh and clap. One more time.
We sold our soul to the devil? How else can you explain us being here on the day?
Why do you still do it? Why are you still out here?
Well, it goes back to the destiny thing. I made a bargain with it, a long time ago, and I'm
holding up my hand.
What was your bargain?
To get where I am now.
Should I ask who you made the bargain with?
with the chief commander.
On this earth?
And on this earth, and then in a world we can't see.
The whole idea of celebrity and fame has become really convoluted and, kind of bastardized. Like, whereas fame used to be the byproduct of success, and now it's the ultimate goal. And if your ultimate goal is to be famous, then you're gonna do a lot to get there. Like sign your name in blood in a contract with the devil. Like you're gonna end up on a one-way street and it's going nowhere. Like that's just the truth. I've seen so many people like forsake their moral code and their value systems just for a little bit of fame, and it's not worth it at the end of the day. It's really not worth it.
Thank you to Satan for giving me inspiration on how to play this role. I've got to look at this table and say thanks.
I'm very honored to be able to receive this amazing award from the depths of my soul, my passion.
And it's sounding a little bit strange, and I'm like, if you don't get this right now, I swear to Lucifer, I'm gonna.
Who wants to pray to the devil with me? Who's in with me? Come on, hey, let me see those horns. Dear Dark Lord Satan, hope everything's good with you. Ask you to grant tonight's nominees continued success in the music industry. How's that?
Hold on, let me explain something real quick. Before everybody starts screaming and saying, oh, like I told y'all earlier, you motherfuckers had entered the rapture. And if ain't nobody flying up to heaven right now, obviously all y'all is going to hell. Right with me. So, let's get it.
And here's to hell. May we have as much fun there as we had getting there. Huh, Howard?
And we'll be there.
I released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so
the guy that was preaching at the revivals, he came up to me out of a few thousand people and said, you're gonna sing.
Many people in the world will never truly be so free. Yeah, only reason that I live is Christ come down and died for you and me. I gotta live because Christ died, and though he has suffered,
I kind of sang about, what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music. Yeah. But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil. It didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
I remember sometime we did 10 episodes for my show, and in this last season, I was hitting a block, right? I was like, oh, I'm not doing it right? So I went in the corner, and then I was looking at the wall, and I was like, come on, devil, right? Come to me, because I had to do something like crazy, right? Had nightmares for a month. So it does come
to it or after?
Like I had nightmares every day. Like I felt that energy.
Oh, interesting.
And I had to pray and do all this stuff to like get rid of it. And you call your mom up and you're like, bring me back to life. And that stuff is real. That stuff really is real.
This analogy highlights Lavi's perspective on the significant impact television has on shaping the dynamics of modern family life and values, attributing to it a cultural and spiritual depth that goes beyond mere entertainment. This, according to him, is occultism in its most overt form.
Occultism finds that with automation, with advances in technology, that their roles as human beings are lessened a great deal, much less viable than ever before. So as a result of this, they have set themselves up in sort of a minor godhead role, a god role, a goddess role, in a specious, or rather illogical at times, form of importance, or sense of importance.
Reflecting on this, after consuming countless movies and shows featuring these actors, one has to ponder, what exactly have we allowed into our minds? Even the etymology of the word entertainment is telling. enter, meaning to go into, tain, implying to hold or possess, and ment, indicating a state or condition. Putting it together, it translates to an act of entering to possess and maintain in a state of possession. It seems we're engaging in 100% sorcery by this definition.
This is all part of a custom-tailored last day's deception. All of us against all of you.
Well, if that's the case, your side's not doing too well.
Do you really believe that?
We've never been freer. Literacy is at an all-time high. We're working to eliminate racism, intolerance, gender inequality. People can love who they want, be who they want, do what they want. Diversity is no longer a dream. Hate speech is no longer tolerated. And politically, we're reclaiming the moral high ground.
I think I love you. Literacy, James, the average high school graduate reads at a 6th grade level. You have basketball players making $30 million a year decrying racism, all while wearing sneakers made from slave labor. Here's something for you. Right now, your world currently has 40 million slaves, more than the Romans had at the height of their empire. Bottom line is you're done. And we did it all right to your face, and now there's evil everywhere. And no one even cares. Slowly, with your movies, your TV, and your media, we desensitized you, redirected your worldview to the point that you can't even recognize evil when it's right in front of your face. You can't even feel it when you're doing it. Carpenter, he was the thorn in our side.
This is where we hold them. This is where we fight. And these shield boys.
The moral to be drawn from this dangerous nightmare situation is a simple one. Don't let it happen. It depends on you.